Start of a new year, start of new challenges for this Indian team. They welcome Sri Lanka at home for a three-match T20I series as their first assignment of 2020. And of course, every game will be viewed keeping the T20 World Cup this year in mind. We're looking ahead to the first game at Guwahati with Sanjay Bangar on ESPN Cricinfo Matchday. Right, so it's a very warm welcome to Sanjay Bangar, who knows this team better than most do. And as we look at the sort of form the Indian team's coming into in this series, Sanjay, we're looking at wins against Bangladesh and the West Indies, narrowly going to a decider, both those in the recently concluded home season. You also have the South Africa series where it was 1-1 with a washout in Dharamshala. Otherwise, this format is perhaps one which India don't have the same sort of authoritative dominance in like they do in Test cricket and even ODI cricket perhaps at home. Looking at the Sri Lankan team though, coming into this series, lots of series defeats for them. The one exception being a second string side almost that went to Pakistan and beat Pakistan 3-0. As we look ahead to what's a big year, Sanjay, big ICC event, T20 World Cup, lots of hopes. What are the areas that you think this Indian team need to focus on with every T20 series now?
Most of the jigsaws is in place because you have the batting settled. You have the only contention is that who will open with Rohit Sharma, which will get settled by the end of this series. And if Hardik Pandya comes back, which is likely in against the New Zealand series, so I think all in all, India is really shaping up well as far as their T20 team is concerned, and they haven't actually given the importance which is required. And these 25 to 30 games prior to the World T20 gives them an ideal opportunity to build a strong Indian team, which they are very capable of.
Okay, I like that Sanjay's already teased up that appetizing conversation of who partners Rohit Sharma once everyone's available. Rohit, of course, rested from this series. We'll come to that talking point in just a bit. Let's focus a bit on Sri Lanka, though, who tend to go under the radar in international cricket if you're focusing mainly on India. But what they have done is a very impressive series win in Pakistan. Like I said, we look at this team and a number of players from that series in Pakistan who stood out, including Waindu Hasaranga, who's the leg spinner, who was man of the series in that three-match T20I series. So too, Oshada Fernando and Bhanuka Rajapaksa both played match-winning knocks. You've got Avishka Fernando, who's likely to open the batting with Danushka Gunatilaka, and Avishka was particularly impressive when he marked his return to this team in the 50-over World Cup last year. You look at that team now, and what does it tell you from a visiting team perspective? Is it an intimidating side?
I feel that they have a brilliant bowling lineup, wherein a lot of variety. Malinga at the death is always a handful. Isaru Udana can bowl his slower balls really well. Shanaka gives you that all-rounder option. Sandakan in the spin bowling department. So the key area for them is an indecisive top order because they've got Gunthalika and Avishka Fernando at the top of the order. Both youngsters in their start of their career, they haven't really clicked as much as the team management would have liked. So somebody like a Kusal Pereira or a Dikwela to give them an explosive start, because most of the work in T20s is done by top four. And if your top four is not really firing all the time, or if they are inconsistent, or if they're not getting a fair run, then you're always a recipe for disaster, as a recipe for failure. So I feel that Sri Lanka have to have a settled top order, and from that perspective, I feel the return of Angelo Matthews is pretty welcome, because you require experience in those middle overs, and if you can set up the game beautifully, if you can act that link between the top order and the lower order, then it seems that they can start building up towards the ideal T20 team that they are hoping to.
And as you look at some of those numbers that the top order possesses, it illustrates the point Sanjay Bangar is making. Oshada Fernando, Bhanuka Rajapaksa and Avishka Fernando, talented players, still very young though in their international career. And that strike rate around 130 for Oshada and Bhanuka Rajapaksa, and Avishka Fernando perhaps even lower. He's made more of a mark in ODI cricket than T20 cricket, but it's something that Sri Lanka will have to worry about, especially given that India's bowling attack is now boosted with the return of Jasprit Bumrah back after sustaining a stress fracture in August 2019. So it's the first bit of cricket Bumrah is going to be playing. As you look at the rest of that team, Sanjay, there's no place for Rohit Sharma, who of course has been given a well-deserved rest. Other than that, though, Deepak Chahar injured, no Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, so looking at more opportunities for Shardul Thakur and Navdeep Saini perhaps, and that big toss-up between Shikhar Dhawan and KL Rahul, who will play together in this series. We'll come to that chat in just a bit, but the big one on Bumrah returning. What's the challenge for a fast bowler coming back after this kind of injury? Will he be a little tentative?
For sure, because till the time you actually finish a game, you're never really confident. But for him, and for the importance that he gives, he's a thorough professional, and he would have worked his, quite extensively to get back into prime fitness. And he was one who was actually given a bypass by the BCCI president of not to play a practice match or actually play a first-class match and prove his fitness. So he's somebody who might have spent some time with the team management. As far as being with the team is concerned, they would be confident that he would be in a good shape to finish a game. And till the time he finishes the game, I think the cobwebs or the monkey riding on the back is always there. But I am pretty sure that he will get through in a 4-over format as far as bowling is concerned.
There's a lot of cricket for India in this new year. And they need Jasprit Bumrah for as much of it. Big IPL coming up in a few months too. Tour of New Zealand. Still some bilateral ODI cricket against Australia and South Africa before that. So it'll be quite something to look out for. Jasprit Bumrah coming back and marking a return to full fitness. Now Sanjay Bangar teased this at the top of the show. Shikhar Dhawan returning to this T20I side. Rohit Sharma rested. And you look at Shikhar Dhawan's record, Sanjay. This essentially has become the talking point now for India's T20I team. That the strike rate for Dhawan, which is 110 in 2019 from 12 innings, is a point of conversation. With the kind of form KL Rahul has shown, it seems to be now a stronger case made for Rahul and Rohit to be the preferred options. That automatically makes it a very big series, this for Dhawan.
It does make it a big series for him, but if you look at his 2017 and 2018 figures, his strike rate was really good. He was in excess of 135, 140 in both those years. So this year he's obviously hampered by certain injuries, and because of that he hasn't really had a fair run as far as T20 is concerned. But he's a class player, and I mean, it's an ideal toss-up. It's an ideal thing for the team management perspective that Rohit has been rested, so that it gives an equal opportunity for both those players. Both are extremely valuable to the team, and both are match winners. And the kind of form KL Rahul is in at the moment in the shorter format, it will be very difficult for him to be kept out of the team. So if Shikhar actually goes and has a brilliant series, it will be problems aplenty for the team management as to who will open with Rohit Sharma.
Yeah, that's a chat we'll have at the end of this series perhaps. But as we look at what the selection conundrum would be for this Indian team ahead of this game, Sanjay Bangar's helped out with his starting 11 for this match. Let's just have a look at it. Of course, Dhawan, Rahul and Kohli will pick themselves. Shreyas Iyer's been in very good form in white ball cricket. Pant significantly improved with the bat against the West Indies too. I think the other conversation we ought to have is Shivam Dube, Washington Sundar, your preferred all-rounder. So Jadeja would be benched according to Sanjay. Manish Pandey, Sanju Samson, also no room for them. And Yuzvendra Chahal out and Kuldeep Yadav in. But in the absence of Deepak Chahar and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, this is another big series for Shardul Thakur, Navdeep Saini, all to try and make a mark, because you don't know who those backup seamers will be to Jasprit Bumrah going into the World Cup.
I think there's only one place, and I don't think that India will go into the World Cup with 4 seamers. They'll obviously go with 3 seamers and Hardik Pandya. So for me, Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami pick themselves. And the only concern would be around Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's fitness. If he is totally fit, I guess he will make the cut. And all these are going to be standbys as far as good options as far as backups are concerned, in Deepak Chahar for Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, Saini for Shami, and Shardul Thakur maybe for Jasprit Bumrah. So from that perspective, these are backups, ideal opportunity for them to showcase their talent. But all in all, I don't see that India will go with 4 seamers in the World Cup.
Right, so they've got to make their case known well as well. Thanks, Sanjay Bangar. Thank you very much for joining us on ESPN Cricinfo Match Day. And we'll be back with more from Sanjay through the course of this series. First T20I against Sri Lanka, that kicks off India's international cricket in the new year, is taking place on Sunday in Guwahati.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.